Hello, everybody. Among other distressing news, there's Hurricane Milton, and I would only say that this is a political opportunity, a legitimate political opportunity, not like the lying bastards of the conspiracy obsessed, lying right wing talking about, misallocation of funds or whatever Elon Musk is on about irresponsibly. I'm talking about the fact that young people are extremely distressed about their future on account of climate change. And this is where I feel I look at the Harris campaign and I just don't understand the logic of the campaign. They don't really talk about the things that seem to me the most viscerally effective. Now, in this case, right after Helena and right in the middle of Hurricane Milton is the time to shout and let the mediocrities in the media claim that it's opportunism when it isn't. To shout, climate change is happening now. We've got to act now. And you must vote only for politicians who openly, heartily acknowledge that the world is in a crisis, the United States especially, because of its proximity to warm air parcels in the Caribbean and in the Gulf are especially vulnerable to terrible, terrible extreme weather. So after the Southeast had been battered by Helena, or Helene, I don't know how it's pronounced, now they get hit by Milton, which is a Category 5 hurricane. This is first the body blow, and now this is a left hook. It's terrible, and it's alarming, and people ought to vote based on it. There is this terrible thing called climate change. There is a thing called extreme weather, and we have to combat the people on the right, either the evangelicals who want to see the world come to an end, or anti-intellectuals who reject the idea of climate change, or corrupt people who just, want to make their money in fossil fuels, or wealthy people who think that they can find high ground. They can always find high ground and sip cocktails while they watch hundreds of millions of people perish in floods and earthquakes. Whatever it is, this is an alarm, and this is something should be sounded immediately. You cannot vote for Donald Trump because he's in the pocket of industrialists, in the pocket of fossil fuels, and he doesn't even acknowledge the immediate threat and reality of climate change. Make it a political issue immediately and loudly, and in conjunction with other politicians, the way they do it. Have everybody saying it. Everybody. And work the refs. Keith Olbermann said, he learned a long time ago from an expert, it is valuable to work the refs. So work the refs. Complain to the media about how they cover Kamala. But get on this, man. I just saw a story that in the newest Woodward book, Biden said, I should never have picked Merrick Garland. So why didn't he fire his ass? Why didn't he get rid of Garland? Garland, I don't know what Garland does. I think he plays Parcheesi. You could arrest Trump right now for the fact that he sent a machine to a COVID testing machine in the spring of 2020 to Vladimir Putin, although it would be protected probably under the Supreme Court's claim of presidential immunity, which becomes law because the Supreme Court said it, but the legitimacy of the Supreme Court is itself wobbly, isn't it? Anyway, climate change, extreme weather, make it an issue immediately when Milton is going to devastate the Southeast.